Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Murfreesboro.com podcast, where we have local people, local news, local stuff from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. And actually, we now say we did our last podcast out of state, so I guess local and now national. I guess we all look at it that way. But our guest today, Mr. Andy Horner, thank you for joining us. You are with MAHLE. Is it MAHLE or MAHLE? Correct us on this.
That's a good question. I believe it's MAHLE. I've been with the company since January.
Okay.
So I may not have the pronunciation exactly right, but MAHLE works.
Okay, gotcha. It's German, right?
Yes, it is. It's a German company.
How do they say it in Germany? Do you know?
I have not been to Germany yet. So,
I gotcha.
Here in Murfreesboro, we say MAHLE.
MAHLE, okay.
Yes.
German's such like a guttural language. Sounds like you're chewing up your words and spitting them out. Say like "I love you," or something.
It does sound a little brutal.
Yeah. So, what did you just say? Sounds like you're punching people in the face with the words. But so what do you do at MAHLE? What's your title? What all encompasses your role over there?
So I'm the site manager for the area. So I'm responsible for the full building and the property. But my day-to-day work is I'm a plant manager for the filter side of our business, or BU2. Okay. We have two business units in the plant, BU2 and BU3. So I have the BU2 side. Okay.
And for those that don't know, give us pretend I don't know anything. Tell us what you do. What does the company do exactly over at MAHLE?
So at our facility, we do injection molding of plastic components, mainly for engine applications, a lot of JOEMs. Okay. So we have 40 plus injection molded machines in the building, anywhere from a few hundred tons up to 1,000-ton presses. So if you look under the hood of your car, especially if it's a JOM, like a Honda, most of the plastic components you see attached to the vehicle are going to be probably from MAHLE.
Okay. So you said Honda. Is it strictly Honda, or do you do all kinds of?
We supply to nearly every JOM.
Okay.
Honda's our biggest customer. Nissan's our second business. Okay. So those are our two biggest customers right now. We are launching a lot of Toyota business this year and next year. So they'll become our third largest customer within the next probably 8-10 months. Yeah.
Now MAHLE is a huge company, right?
Yes, it is.
And so I didn't even know you guys had a headquarters. You have a headquarters here. Like, that's a big facility you got over there.
We have right now about 450 people working there.
Yeah.
Closer to 500 now. We expect to be around 700 within the next 2 years.
Yeah, y'all are expanding quite a bit over there, which I know we'll get into that part in a little bit. But yeah, because you're hiring like 1,000 people or something crazy, right?
We plan to be around 700 by the end of next year.
Okay.
With additional growth beyond.
So about 250 people or so. Okay, right. Gotcha. Well, we'll get more into that in a minute, because that's a lot of jobs. Holy cow.
There's a lot of people. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. So, but I'm just curious, what attracted you? What brought you to MAHLE? Are you a Murfreesboro native and then just started working there? Did you move here to the area? How'd that start?
Well, I'm from Northwest Indiana.
Okay.
So that's where I grew up. I went to college in Indiana. My first job was in Illinois, but I lived in Indiana. Okay. So I worked for BorgWarner for 31 years. Okay. The plant I was running at BorgWarner was closing. They were downsizing the division I was in. So I started looking for other jobs. Okay. And I ended up in Murfreesboro. Okay. Gotcha. The interesting thing is my mother grew up just south of here. Yeah. So I do have family in the area. Oh, well, there you go. So it's kind of nice that I do have a connection to the area. So do you like Murfreesboro? Is it growing on you? I like Murfreesboro. I was really surprised at the traffic. I thought Chicago was bad. I'm beginning to think Murfreesboro might be worse. Yeah. What's that great meme? I took 30 minutes to get from Murfreesboro to Murfreesboro or something like that, just across Old Fort or whatever it was. Yes. Yeah, that traffic, man. God, I can only imagine with where you all are located. So, what's that? You're over by Lanes, Trains, and Automobiles, right? We are off of Butler Avenue. Okay, so off South Church and then turn left. And okay. So Joe B. Jackson exit and then onto Butler is the easiest way to get there. Oh, is it? Oh, yes. I'll remember that for next time if we go over there. Okay. Gotcha. Because, man, that traffic can be brutal over there. It definitely is. How do you get out of there? How long does that take? Getting out isn't too bad because I'm typically there past. Oh, okay. So usually I'm going out. The traffic's not too bad. Yeah. But going there is a reverse commute, so it's not too bad. Yeah. I'm coming from the north, coming down 24 and getting off Joe B, and it's really not a problem. Okay. You said you're relatively new over there, so are you relatively new to moving back to Murfreesboro, or? I haven't. This is my first time living. Oh, but your family was. Oh, your family was. My mother grew up just south of here. Okay. She was in McMinnville. I misunderstood. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So she grew up there, and when she was about 10 years old, she moved north. Okay. So I grew up in Northwest Indiana. Gotcha. I worked in Illinois. I spent 5 years in Mississippi. Went back to Illinois, and now I'm in Tennessee. So I'm on my third state now. Okay, I gotcha. Now I've spoken to several people over there about different stuff that
I really love when businesses get behind our local communities and different things like that. So I know you said you're relatively new in this certain area, but what kind of stuff does MAHLE do in the community to help out and give back? Do you know?
I don't have all of the information as far as what we do for the community. We do try and stay very connected to the community.
Yeah.
We definitely want to supply jobs for people.
Oh, well, for that, yeah, of course.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But I don't have, I'm relatively new again. I don't have all of the information as far as how we support the community.
Yeah, because we went to, I think it was the groundbreaking ceremony initially for the new facility y'all building over there. And it was things they do back like with the schools and the community and the chamber and different things like that. So it was cool to see, especially such a large company, because you guys are global, right?
We are a global company. We're in about every country you can think of.
Holy
or at least
moly.
We're not in Antarctica, but other than that,
yeah, I got you. Yeah, a little cold down there. I think we'll pass on that.
Not a lot of cars down there.
Yeah, I got you.
Right.
But the first one was Germany, right?
Germany's where it started.
Okay.
Yes.
How many are there other facilities here in Tennessee? Or just this one?
In Tennessee is just this one. Now, the group I'm in, there's four plants. There's Murfreesboro, there's one up in Canada, and there's 2 in Mexico.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I just love always hearing that. So, especially, like I said, especially such large companies that really give back to the community they're in. So, and I know we've spoken to them about doing some stuff with us, and through community give back programs, and they were all for it. So,
we're very open as a company to supporting the community.
Yeah.
I personally am very open to working with the community. Last plant I ran, we had a budget that we set aside just for community service. So we'll be doing the same thing.
Oh, very cool.
Well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to talk to y'all more. MAHLE, we're coming for you on that one. Our community give back programs and different things that we do. So, but also, sorry, for those watching and listening, I got to apologize. I'm losing my voice here. And this sinus drainage I'm dealing with is no joke. My gosh. I was telling you, we were in Colorado this past weekend, actually doing a podcast out there and some video stuff for the new amphitheater coming to town that we spoke about.
Actually, I don't.
Oh, well, hey, news to you. All right.
Yes.
It was, there's a new amphitheater coming in across from the Fountains Gateway over by the hospital and medical center.
Okay.
And I had a chance meeting with those guys. Long story short, had to be out in Colorado this weekend, and their first location was in Colorado Springs. So they said, I was like, hey, what if we come over there and do a podcast with the owner? And they were totally for it. Like, come on down. And so I got to go to one of their concerts, which was really cool. It was a blast. But where I'm going with that, the altitude change from here to Colorado. Have you ever experienced something like that?
Yes, I have. It's brutal.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is brutal.
My God, I woke up the first night, felt like I had some kind of weird hangover. I didn't drink a drop of anything. What is this? But it was like nausea and super dizzy.
And it's just the air is so thin. And you get so tired very quickly.
Yes, exactly. I was like, why did I walk 10 steps and I'm winded? This is crazy. But beautiful, beautiful area.
It's gorgeous out there.
Oh, yeah. But on the way back, the second I got off the plane back here in Nashville on Sunday, it was like the floodgates of my head opened up. All this snot and tears, and I know everybody loves that visual. Thank you. You're welcome for that. But that in my throat, so I'm losing my voice. So all that to be said, sorry everybody if I'm losing my voice. So going here.
Well, don't leave it just to me.
Yeah, all you and take over Andy's show. Go for it. So awesome. But yeah, so we spoke about off camera a little bit. Your new facility and everything you guys are doing. You're hiring a ton.
We are hiring a lot of people. We have a lot of openings. As of right now, we have 80 openings that we're trying to fill.
80 just right now.
Just right now, and that's not with all the additional growth that we're going to see in the next year to 2 years.
Jeez Louise. Okay, so we saw the new facility. It was what, 140,000 square feet or something?
I believe that's the number, yes.
Something? Yeah, it's so clean.
It is.
You guys run a clean shop over there. It's extremely impressive.
That facility, because it's brand new, is extremely clean. On the other side, older building, but still we keep it very clean. Keep it very neat. Yeah,
the only real difference I thought when we were over there, we took a tour and you got the older side and then the newer side. Yes, and the newer side's all white and everything and all that stuff. But it's just the nature of the building. The other one's built with different materials, so it's darker. But they're both very clean. And people were always cleaning up after themselves.
One of the things that's very important in automotive is cleanliness of the facility.
Okay.
Because especially when you're supplying for like the transmission or the engine, which you do. You can't have contamination going in because it can cause problems within the engine or the transmission.
Oh, yeah.
So we work very hard to keep our plant as clean as possible.
Yeah, I got you.
Plus, you have the safety issues also.
Yeah.
So you can't have oils on the floor, people slip and fall. You don't want tripping hazards. So I've that's been one thing I've really pushed very hard is cleanliness and organization of the plant since I got there.
Okay. And I just got to make a comment too. So many of your employees over there were so friendly.
It's a very friendly.
Because we're walking around putting a camera in their face, just getting shots and stuff. They're like, "Oh, hey, how are you? What you doing?"
Yes.
They're very friendly, cool people. I like that.
It's a very friendly facility. The first day I walked in and introduced myself, I felt totally welcomed as soon as I walked in the door.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did with us too. Right. They're like, "Hey, cool guys, how you doing? Come on in." But I know there's certain lines certain lines, actual lines on the floor that we couldn't cross. So, but it was just very neat to see all that in action, and how much work goes into making a part that's no bigger than that water bottle.
It is amazing when you think about the number of parts that go into a vehicle.
Yeah,
and what you saw at our facility, every single part in that vehicle has basically the same type of work being done to it. The number of people. It's a very complex thing to pull together. It's amazing to me that actually the cars coming off the end of the line actually run. The complexity is just so high.
Right.
But it says something about the ability of the industry to put that together.
I've actually thought that myself. I'm like, how does that part, I mean, I get, the internal combustion engine and all this and how that stuff works, but like, who thought to put these parts together to make a motor that can help transport a car from A to B at 90 miles an hour if need be, whatever. But it just, I think it's fascinating.
It is. And I've been in automotive for 32 years now. And, I've often thought about leaving, but I just don't think I could.
Yeah.
There's something about the automotive industry that just keeps you.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, it's a very dynamic, a very fast-paced industry, and it's enjoyable to work in.
I got you. Now, how does that work with the parts? I'm just curious for my own sake, like the quality control. Like if a part comes out that's not up to par or it's a little cracked or something, what do you do with that stuff?
So what we focus on is quality at the source. So you don't pass a poor quality part to the next process.
Okay.
So it's quality at the source. So all of our operators are responsible for the quality coming off their machines. So what they do is you run your product, and then every hour or 2 hours, whatever is set up in our control plan, which tells you how to manage the process, you do a check. So you verify the check. Now, if you have a part and you see that it's cracked, and your last check was good, you quarantine everything between that last check and where you found the problem. You shut down the process, you fix it, you sort that product or scrap it, and then you start production again. Okay. So it's very, very strict on how we manage our quality.
So can you recycle like a part that came out? Like can you melt it back down and restart, or how does that work?
It depends on the product, but for the most part, what we do is our products, for most of them, it depends on the resin we're using. You can regrind it, and we can add it back into our process at about 10 to 20% of regrind to virgin material.
I got you.
Now, there's some material we can't reuse, but it does go back to recyclers. We grind it up and send everything possible to recycle.
I got you. I understand. Yeah, I totally get that. And again, one for because I'm a big nerd and I like this stuff. So, of the materials that you make, is it just all mostly metals? Is it plastic, or what are you working with over there?
Virtually everything we do is plastic.
Okay.
So we're plastic injection molding.
Yep.
So you bring in. So you see the trucks, those triangular shaped trucks that funnel down.
Yeah.
It's funny. I never knew what those hauled until I started working at MAHLE.
I got you.
They haul resin, so it all comes down there. We put up in silos, we vacuum and pull it into the facility and feed it into our machines. But it's just very tiny pellets. You melt those down, injection mold them under high pressure, and you come out with a plastic part.
So you start with these little itty bitty beads, and end up with a car part.
Exactly.
I don't know. Some of that stuff just blows my mind.
So if you see a plastic part and there's a little round hole on there that's kind of been pressed, that's where the plastic was injected into that mold, and then it spreads out. You cool it, you pull the part out, clean up any flash, and you send it on.
Very cool. Learn something new every day. Sorry. I love that because my dad, when I was younger, he's retired now, worked for corporate Goodyear stores. Okay. So I know Goodyear is mostly tires and whatnot and things, but we got to do some cool things and see some cool cars and go to some cool events. And I always thought just the method behind the madness, like retreading a tire. I didn't even know you could do that.
Depending on the tire, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like you can retread a tire and just save it and prolong it for X amount of time.
When you see those big strips of tire laying on the side of the road, those are typically retreads.
Those are the retreads, yeah. I've seen, I did learn that, yes. But that's cool. Okay, well, if you don't mind me switching back to the jobs,
sure.
Because you're hiring a ton of people. What are you hiring for? What positions?
We're hiring for most positions. What we're looking at, for the most part, are factory workers.
Okay.
General production, light assembly. We do need people in our injection molding areas as well as our assembly areas.
Okay.
So typically what that is you're running a machine that's semi-automated, So you'll take a part, you'll put it on a fixture, you may put some additional components in, cycle the machine. When it's done, you do a quick inspection and pass it to the next position.
Okay.
So it's very light. The parts we make are very small, very light. Some of them are larger, but they're, for the most part, very light.
Does anybody, if somebody wanted to apply, do they have to have experience in this field, or do you train?
So we do training, but what we do want is some experience in like type of industries. So if you've done manufacturing before, whatever it's been, that's good. Farming, that type of thing, things where you've had to do somewhat mechanical and had to think that way. But we're open.
Okay.
We don't at this point require a high school diploma or a GED at this point. And we're looking to fill these positions as quickly as we possibly can.
And you said 80 right now.
There's 80 open positions right now.
All factory.
All factory.
Okay. Yes. Round 2 comes around. When for hiring?
It will. They'll just be continuous hiring over the probably the next year and a half.
Okay.
Because we're launching new programs right now. So we started production on 2 Toyota products yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And then we have some more coming in. We have 2, I believe it is, starting for General Motors. On the BU2 side, they make for Honda and for Mercedes. They have another customer they're launching. I'm drawing a blank on the customer they're launching for. But there's just general launches occurring over the next year and a half that we need to staff for.
Okay. All right, cool. So now I know in a lot of cases, like pay and benefits or things like that generally depend on position and experience. Yes. Is that the case? For
the most part. Our starting rate is $17.50 an hour.
Okay.
Now, if you're on the off shifts, there is a shift premium
that you
have. We do have a $1,000 retention fee, so if you stay a certain amount of time,
cool.
you get $1,000.
That's nice.
If you reference a person, have a person come in, there's $1,000 there as well.
Oh, cool.
So we're doing everything we can to bring people in. Right now, we have a significant number of temporaries in the building that aren't going to stay with us. And we know that. They're not actually even from around this area.
Yeah.
We want to hire from the local area.
Yeah.
We're looking for local people within Murfreesboro area. They can work at our facility.
Okay. Well, y'all heard that, folks. So if you're watching or listening and you go apply over at MAHLE, say Murfreesboro.com so we can get $1,000 referral fee. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we might have to draw a line.
Yeah, right. You're like, there's 40 people just came in. We're like, yes. I'm just kidding. Okay, so do you anticipate hiring for other positions in the future, or is it mostly?
So as of right now, we do have open positions for salaried, for technical. So we have some engineering positions open. We have a process engineer for injection molding. We have a few quality positions we're working on. We do have some process and quality technicians. Typically, we hire those internal and then backfill those positions because those require some experience with our business.
That's what I was about to ask. Okay, gotcha.
For the hourly. Now, the salaried we hire from outside typically. Okay. If we're advertising it, there was nobody internal to move in that position.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Do you guys offer benefits?
We offer full benefits. We go through Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay.
So we have full benefits. We have vision. We have dental. We have health.
Okay.
We also have a 401k program. I'm drawing a blank on when you get vested. I think it's 2-year vesting. I'm not positive of that.
I got you.
Yes, we do have a 401k program.
Okay. So if you want the details, anybody out there, just ask them later. There you go.
Exactly.
What about like vacation, time off, stuff like that?
We do have vacation. Let's see, I believe you start with 2 weeks of vacation.
Okay.
And you can go up to a maximum of 4.
Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. If people want more info on it, where do they get it? From your website or Facebook?
Go to our website. Okay. There will be ability to link in, and to put in applications on our website, or you can contact directly to our facility.
Okay.
Stop by. You can pick up an application as well.
Okay. If people want to call for more info,
you're asking for the number.
Yeah.
I can barely remember.
That's usually where we stumble people because they're like, I'm on my phone.
Exactly. I don't even remember cell phone number, so I don't have the number, but it would be on the website.
Okay, good deal. All right. Well, I'll link to it in the description directly to where people can apply. And so, do you guys prefer if they just apply online? Is it easiest?
That's the easiest way to go, I believe.
Okay.
Is just do it online. But if you need to call or you need to stop by, we do have. You can pick up a hard copy.
Okay, gotcha. I know you said 80, but what if you have 120 people?
Well, we will look at where we're going and what's launching, and we will hire prior to products launching.
Okay.
So what we'll do is what we want to do typically is a month or so prior to the product going in production is we hire the people, bring them in, and then we train. So we run parts through, we tear them down, we run them through again, we tear them down, run them through to debug the process and to train the people so that when we start production, there's no issues.
Okay, easy enough. All right. Well, I'll link, like I said, I'll link to that in the description, and so people can go directly to it to apply online. Maybe I'll find the phone number, put that in there too.
That would be helpful if you could find it for me.
Right, I got you. Yeah, I know that's usually where people stump. They go, I don't even know my work number, because everybody calls just on their own phones now. And
exactly. You don't have to remember anything.
Yeah, right. No kidding. Yeah. But as far as the people work there, I'm just curious we were talking about it feels like a family over there. Mm-hmm. You have some employees there that I met in our tour. They're just dynamo people.
There's some great people there.
And I want to call them out, but I don't at the same time, just because I didn't ask them ahead of time if I could say anything. But I just remember there was one gentleman, and he was coming off of his shift right when we got there, so I'm guessing he was third shift, but just full of energy. And Janice was over there and just bragging on this guy, and I guess he'd only been there a couple months, but he's learning very quickly, and he's extremely friendly, and just everybody seemed to just, I don't know, everybody was really happy at the time. I was like, okay, is this how it always is over here?
Well, I wouldn't say it's always that way. You have those stressful days, but when I first started, it was you get who's the new guy?
Yeah.
So, there's a little bit trepidation there. Some people looking at me going, I don't know who this guy is. And, the new plant manager comes in. Nobody knows what to expect.
Yeah.
But after a month or so, I just felt like it was home again.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like completely welcome there.
Yeah.
Just great people to work with.
Yeah. That's one thing I loved when Janice was giving us the tour. I mean, literally almost every single person that was within earshot, because it is kind of loud there in some areas, so it's hard to hear. Yes. But, she's like, hey, John, how you doing? And then they would go back and forth for a second. Mm-hmm. She's, hey, Janice, hey, whatever, right. Hey, Sarah, whatever. And they would just talk for a minute, but she knew everybody. And they're, how's your husband doing? How's he, is he all right after surgery or whatever?
She has just great links with everybody on that.
Yeah. I was like, all of them? She said, well, I tried to know all of them. I was like, that's a lot of people.
I'm trying. There's so many people, and in my position, I'm not on the plant floor.
Yeah.
I try and get out there at least 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Just walk around, stop, talk to people, see how things are going. We do a tour twice a week where we just look at things that we need to improve.
Okay.
We look for safety concerns.
Yeah.
Things that we need to do as far as cleanliness and organization in the plant. Yeah. But I try and get out there as much as I possibly can, because I believe if the people on the plant floor don't at least know the plant manager or see the plant manager and realize that he's approachable, it's hard for me to run the plant.
Yeah.
There has to be somewhat of a relationship in business in order to make it work.
Yeah. One thing I like that's really cool that y'all do, Janice has showed me several pictures of different things, but y'all do a lot of internal events and just have fun with the employees. Like, she showed me just the pictures because I thought it was funny. It was, for Easter, I think it was, and did an egg hunt. Yep. In the factory, but they hid eggs that had money in them and gift cards and all this other stuff. And she was actually, we were walking by some of the pallets that were sitting there, and she said that to this day, there's still eggs that have not been found. She said, but somebody will move a pallet and 4 pallets deep in or something. They'll be like, oh, hey. And then I found an egg. She's like, but still to this day, she's like, not all of them are accounted for.
She had asked me for Easter if I was willing to dress up as the Easter Bunny. I said, well, I have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. That's okay.
I think I'll pass on that.
That's funny. Oh, come on. What about Halloween? You guys do costume contests or something?
Quite often. I haven't been here for Halloween
yet.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
So what I've seen as far as pictures, yes, people dress up.
Oh, man. Need to let me know when y'all do that. I'm not going to spoil it, but I have the greatest Halloween costume of all time. And I win costume contests every time when I wear this thing. Because I won't say it because I don't want to ruin the surprise, but it's definitely very, very opposite of what you would expect someone like me to be.
Really?
And it's quite funny. And people, John? Yes. And then they start dying laughing. Yeah. Like, how you doing? Yeah.
My favorite costume I ever had, I dressed up as the Riddler from Batman.
Oh, there you go.
That was good. That was a good costume.
Yeah, I got you. You a big Batman fan?
I like Batman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think of the new one?
I have not seen the newest
one. With what's his name? The guy from Twilight.
I can't remember.
I actually liked it.
I have not seen it
yet. Pattinson. Is it Robert Pattinson? I think it is.
I can't remember. I'm still spending a lot of time at the plant.
Right I got you. Yeah.
First few months. I started in January. My family got down here about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So we've purchased a house, and now we're moving into the house, and there's boxes everywhere. So it's tying up our time and driving our family.
Understood.
nuts.
I remember moving when I was little with my dad's job all the time, and just the moving companies and then boxes everywhere, and for months you're unpacking.
Exactly.
Well, I'll get to that one as I go.
Well, then you get those boxes, you realize this has 2 stickers on it. This was never unpacked from the last movie.
Right. Yeah. You're like, oh, how long has that been in there?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Did we really need to move it twice if we didn't open it?
Right? Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, that's funny. Actually, I was just a funny thing. I was visiting my parents the other day and just going through their pantry, getting something to snack. They had some seasoning packets I found in this little thing from 1971.
I'm sure they're still fine.
And I was like, it's a seasoning packet. I'm sure it's good. But I was like, you've been carting this thing around? I mean, that was before I was born, 1971. And I was like, what is the purpose of having this still? Like, you going to use it or just for nostalgic purposes? Yeah. I don't know.
My wife, a number of things said, you're really moving that. I said, yes, I'm really moving that.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. I am moving that.
Yeah, it's coming with. Awesome. Well, I know you're a very busy man. We're sensitive on time today, so thank you for coming in. But before we wrap it up, again, on the jobs, if we can just kind of another 30,000-foot overview, what you're looking for, where people can apply, how they can find you, all that.
We're looking for hourly people to work out in the plant, light manufacturing, light assembly, some people that would be willing to learn about injection molding in that area as well. We do have some salary positions open right now, but we've gotten a lot of those filled over the past couple of weeks. So mostly it's the hourly workforce. Okay. So we have 80 positions right now, and we'll have additionals throughout the year as we launch more products.
Okay. And people can you said they can contact you or go straight online. How can they apply?
Yeah, go straight online would be the best thing to do.
Okay.
And like I said, you can stop by the facility, go into the lobby. We can get you a hard copy for an application, but going online would be very helpful. So
it's just MAHLE, MAHLE.com?
It should, yes.
Okay. They're probably, I'm imagining, a jobs career section.
There should be. I have not gone to the website. I didn't have to go to the website for my job.
Yeah, so, that's funny. I love it. And they threw you to the lions over here tonight, didn't they?
Yeah, as I walked in, I thought, I hope I have the answers to the questions today.
Should have brought Janice.
She would have taken the whole interview, and I would have just sat off to the side.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, she's a character though. I love working with her.
Great.
So, okay, cool. Well, thank you for your time and coming in and talking about your jobs and hiring and all the stuff you're doing over there in the community.
We appreciate the opportunity, and it was very nice meeting you.
Oh, you too. Thank you very much.
Looking forward to spending time in Murfreesboro.
There you go. Awesome. Cool. Well, again, everybody who's looking for a job, forward this along, or if you know somebody who is, tell them about MAHLE. I'll have the description, or in the description, I'll put the link to where people can hire, apply. God bless, I can talk, I swear. It's my allergy meds. They're throwing me off here today.
It is your job.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it is. Yes, I know, right? And I'm failing miserably today. No, I'm just kidding. But, so again, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And to everybody watching and listening, thank you very much. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you very much.
All right.